Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. Now, if you're new to me or this page exists to invite you to listen to a story so that it invites the story within you to come up because we're all wired for narrative. Narrative is the quickest way of connection and bonding. Stories is the oldest form of communication for a reason because it is the way we are neurologically wired to connect. So I share a story, inviting you to listen so that the story within you, that point of connection comes up. Well, a few days back, I shared a story and invited listeners to remember or to think of one attribute, one thing about themselves, one thing that they are truly grateful for. And I know it's very difficult for people to pick one thing. That one thing is tripping people up. Y'all would have failed my class. Anyway, so I started thinking of one thing, and the one thing that came up for me that I was very grateful for was the ability to remember. And from that, I began to just sit with that and sit with remembering. And my brain was flooded with stories that I had not recalled. And I got up to go get some water, and I walked through the living room, and I touched this sofa that has this wonderful texture similar to the texture on this dress. It's like a pleated texture. And I felt it, and I remembered asking my mother for a pair of corduroy pants back in the 70s when people had corduroy bell bottoms. And it was sudden, and I was there. I was in front of my mother pleading my case for a pair of corduroy bell bottoms. And we didn't have money for any specialty, any kind of thing. And my mother looked at me and was like, "You want corduroy, huh? You want some corduroy?" And most of our clothes came from the Goodwill, and Goodwills were good and still are. And so she went to the Goodwill to get our clothes anyway. It was winter was coming, and so she was getting sweaters and things like that. And so lo and behold, she found a pair of corduroy bell bottoms. And I have always had thick thighs. And the sound of those corduroys, frit, 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 frit. I could not stand the sound of those corduroy pants. And, and my mother one day said, "You're not wearing your corduroy." And I think, it had to have been, yeah, I must have been really young. It was probably before going to church because started going to church at 12. And after that, you couldn't wear pants in a Pentecostal church. I think we could wear them under a dress or something. You could wear them under something, but this must have been before then. And I had those corduroy pants. I did not like them. Sam, I am. My mother was like, "You didn't want those corduroy pants, did you?" I was like, "No." But that memory I had forgotten. And it was buried under other experiences of not being able to get what we wanted or not being able to have what we needed. And I forgot that time when she went in search of those corduroy pants simply because I wanted them. Allow your stories to remind you of who you are, remind you of things you've forgotten, remind you of the moments of joy that you thought did not even exist. I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I love telling these stories, and I love the fact that you listen. I love you.